Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of July. Now Sag, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do not offer personal readings and I will not send you a message on any platform, so do not get scammed. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it here for you, Sagittarius. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the classic Rider-Waite Tarot, as well as the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to purchase them for yourself. I'd also ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, let me make sure we're all set up and in view here. Sagittarius, hope things are going well. Hope you're having a nice start to summer. All right, I think that's good enough to me for right now. And then I'll also take 3 of these Keepers of the Light Oracle cards to clarify as we go along. And let me just make sure we're set up. There we go. Okay. Energy on the bottom. You have the 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords is a really nice card of sort of transition. It's one of the key themes here. And kind of allowing yourself to be guided. You know, this family, they are kind of, they're ready to go in a new direction. They're ready to sail through the dark. They're not necessarily sure where they're going, but they know they're going somewhere. And along with that, it's this feeling of sort of being guided into the next stage, or into the next sort of, stage of the journey. And so when you get the 6 of Swords, it's sort of a peaceful energy. Specifically after you've kind of gone through maybe a struggle, a challenge, or what have you in the past, because the card that comes before the 6 of Swords is the 5 of Swords. This can talk about going through a rite of passage, as I've sort of mentioned, and going into a new place here. Now, I really like to see what we have here for you, Sagittarius. You have a card that always reminds me of you, the 8 of Wands, which is kind of having the wands in the air. Just like Sagittarius people like to shoot their arrows in the air and go. And so I really like this kind of, from what I see here, the initial read looks very good. Let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Oops, sorry for bumping the camera there. I'm all over the place here. But in the overall situation, you have the Empress card. So the Empress is a very nice card of major abundance in your life. This is probably the biggest card indicating abundance in the tarot. You can see all of the crops. Crops in tarot represent harvests and abundance. You can see there's just like a whole lot going on here in the background. There's a river flowing water, you know, there's a whole lot of greenery around them. You can also notice here the Venus symbol on the card. Venus is the planet of luxury. It is a planet of wealth, of kind of the finer things in life. And so this Empress card has those sort of abundance themes about it. It says that there's fertility available, that you can fertilize something important into your life, such as a project getting off the ground, or so forth and so on. And it says that you really have the ability to see something grow here. And not only see something grow, but also nurture something into existence as well. And if you can hear the airplane in this video, I do apologize. The flight path here is just kind of very close to my apartment this day. But anyway, so apologies for any background noise. But anyway, so you have this transition here with the 6 of Swords. We have this Empress energy in the middle, talking about abundance. I do feel like there is this sense that wherever you're going in life, whatever direction that you are headed here, there is this feeling of sort of things being available to you, resources being available to you, things looking up here in the future and in whatever direction that you are sort of moving towards. Now, in the past, you have double aces here. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the Queen of Swords energy, okay? And so that is a very amazing combination. 2 or more aces in a tarot reading is always a good sign. And you have, so let's just break this down here. So this Ace of Cups can represent some type of new happiness coming into your life. Of course, this can signify the beginning of a new love relationship. It's possible that some of you have met somebody here. You know, it's hard for me to say if love is your first priority. I'm feeling more about just a general life energy that's been coming in here. Actually for the entire collective this month, but certainly for you as well. Certainly you could have met somebody here in the past with this Ace of Cups, but you know, if you haven't and love is not on your mind at this time, this Ace of Cups really is a gift from the universe, and it's the gift of happiness. It is your ability to sort of start something new in your creative life, in your spiritual life perhaps, and it's really, really a welcome energy. You have the Ace of Swords paired with that as well. And so both aces, well, any ace in the tarot represents a new beginning, but to get two is a powerful new beginning. And you have this Ace of Swords, which is really this idea of sort of breakthroughs happening in your life, the clouds clearing in the background, making way for something amazing to come in. It's sort of divine insight, it's divine inspiration, and it is sort of excitement and the ability to capitalize on something as well. And it's this idea of, like, you can see, yeah, like a breakthrough happening here. You actually have two major breakthrough energies with the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands here. Lastly, in this first column, you have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups really asks you to take care of yourself, to kind of allow. It's the energy of allowance and allowing yourself to do something that you love to do, or allowing yourself to sort of restore your own energy. The Empress and the Queen of Cups, as well as the Star, all three cards can signify healing in some ways, and also kind of giving yourself a day, like giving yourself a day to do something you truly love to do. And kind of like, you know, if, I don't know, maybe you love to go take your daughter to go get ice cream, or your son's, maybe you love to like watch football with your son, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, and if you haven't done that in a long time, like, go do something like that, right? Or like, maybe you really love to go hike, or whatever it is. Like, that's the sort of energy that I'm feeling here in this month of July, where you may want to give yourself one of those days and do something that you've traditionally loved to do in your life. There is definitely a new beginning, though. Obviously, that's one part of it, but there is absolutely something big here in the past that's sort of springing up here in the future. And you actually have a really nice diagonal with the Queen of Cups, the Empress, and the Nine of Cups, of happiness, of joy, of good things moving forward in your life. There's also a sense of progression here, not only a new beginning, but also a progression along with that new beginning. As you have transitions, you have Eight of Wands. So let's just dive into this some more. So in your current situation, you have the Knight of Swords, you have the Empress, and you have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so something, whatever you're doing in terms of your long-term financial situation, it looks very good for you, okay? The reason being is you have this sort of like major harvest energy. Actually, not even sort of, definite. You have this major harvest energy here. I've talked at length about the Empress and how that is really considered to be the most abundant card in the tarot. But now you have this Seven of Pentacles as well, and you can literally see the harvest here growing. This person has their tool in the dirt, and they are kind of, you know, leaning on the tool, asking themselves, looking out into the distance and asking themselves, where do I want to go from here? You know, I have built this situation for myself. You know, I have planted these seeds a long time ago, and I'm now finally seeing them grow. I'm seeing them sort of come to life. Where do I want to take it? What direction do I want to move in from here? So we're now seeing progression. We're seeing directional changes. We're seeing movement here for you, Sagittarius, with the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords. And there is a real sense of accomplishment here in this month of July. I also think that this is going to be an extremely healing period of time. Another thing to just consider is the Seven of Pentacles can just talk about your long-term financial situation generally in life, kind of looking very good. If you are not feeling your job, it's possible that some of you make changes in your career situation. That is very, very possible that some of you decide to move on or make changes in your career situation. The reason being is this person sort of is like contemplating that. They're contemplating changing something that they've done for a long time. You have this Knight of Swords here as well. Knight of Swords is a very good card of taking action, taking appropriate action at the appropriate time, and kind of this idea of striking while the iron is hot and really going for something in life, going for it. It's also just warning you to maybe not be destructive and to not sort of self-destruct. And so I say that, and I don't really feel concerned for you here, but there because of all of the amazing cards that you have on the board, and one card never makes a reading, but that is one of the things with the Knight of Swords, is just be careful of any sort of self-destructive tendencies. Now, in the future, you have the Nine of Cups, the Star, and the Eight of Wands here. So moving along, movement, okay, I've said it 100 times. I'm probably going to say it more times in this reading. But the Eight of Wands, the wands are in the air. This always reminds me of you. I'm a Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius North Node. So I love Sagittarius energy. And this Eight of Wands here, this is like you shooting your arrow, right? Sagittarius, you shooting your arrow and allowing and seeing where it goes, allowing it to sort of happen. The Eight of Wands is just good news coming in from a distance as well. And I think you're in a good mood. Okay, I pretty much said that accidentally, but I think there's a good mood in your sort of life here at this time. You have this Nine of Cups as well. Nine of Cups is a wish granted, and actually, you have the two major wish cards together. The Nine of Cups and the Star are both the major wish cards in the tarot. The Nine of Cups is like wish fulfillment. The Star is like a wish sort of being granted for you. The Star is also a very good card of healing. If you've been nursing an injury or an illness, it does predict that there is good healing available to you in the future. Not medical advice, but it is definitely a nice energy around healing, injuries, ailments, anything like that. It also could see you being in the starlight, but it's almost like some of you have been waiting for something here. With the Eight of Wands, you've been hoping that it's on the way. Some of you have cast a wish out to the universe, and guess what? This column here is absolutely that wish kind of being delivered to you on a shooting star coming in from the universe here. And this is a very, very, very good column here in the future of the Nine of Cups, the Star, and the Eight of Wands. Does not get much better than that. So let's go ahead and dive into this a little bit more here. Okay, so you have Dwa Kul, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. You have Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. And then you also have Archangel Michael. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So really amazing oracle cards here that we're pulling. And just, this is just a friendly reminder because we do have some themes here. This is not, it doesn't matter if you're religious or if you are not religious. Okay, these are just energies in the cards, whether it's tarot or it's oracle. When I read, these are just energies. And so just keep that in mind, because we have the Holy Spirit and the Archangel Michael, Dwa Kul, right? And so, but look, you have the energy of protection. And I also think that there is something around a miracle coming true for you, or a miracle being fulfilled here. Remember that you are on a path with this Dwa Kul, but remember you have this idea with this expect miracles, and then this column is huge for wish fulfillment with the double wish cards and the Eight of Wands, indicating that something is perhaps on the way for you. And so it is almost like, some of you have been hoping and searching and wanting and desiring something to come in. Well, it could be coming in here in this month. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. So we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Hermit, we have the Nine of Wands, you have the Emperor, you have the Four of Swords, and you have the Empress. Okay, so you have the Empress twice. That's a huge abundance combination. Very rarely you get that much of abundance in terms of the energy in a reading. But in terms of abundance, it's hard to beat the Empress twice in a reading. So you are absolutely seeing a seed grow here that you've planted a very long time ago with the double aces in the past. You could think of aces as seed energy, right? And this is certainly something that you planted a while ago, and you could see it come into full bloom here, either in the present or in the future here as we go along in the summertime. You have this Hermit energy, which is really about self-mastery. I think that this is about, I don't know why I just needed to keep saying, but there is this thing around the Knight of Swords and the Hermit around being careful that you do not self-destruct. I know it's like a little dramatic considering this reading has been so positive, but just know that you are protected here with this trusting heaven, you are safe energy from Archangel Michael. And you know, if you have a tendency to sort of get into self-destructive habits, particularly maybe self-sabotaging habits, because the thing is, some people are afraid of success. And some people are so afraid of success that when they see success, they start to self-destruct. And they start to move into self-sabotage behavior. And so I would say to just maybe take this as a friendly reminder to maybe practice some type of mindfulness exercise or technique if you find yourself moving into that zone in your life, okay? Now you have this Seven of Wands and the Emperor. You have the Emperor and the Empress, which is like a power couple energy here. It is really nice energy for like empires, you know, being successful people and just being a successful person in general in your life. The Emperor is a very good omen for business situations. There is something around healing here. I do think some of you are healing from a situation, okay? And this could be something like your health could be improving here with the Four of Swords and the Star, Nine of Cups in the future, as well as the Empress twice and the Queen of Cups. Certainly some of you could be healing here. Some of you could be taking a healing trip or a healing journey somewhere. And what is the other thing? I mean, the Nine of Wands, you know, this is you persevering and continuing to allow this wish to enter into your life. So this is an exciting month for Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's on the bottom here. Yeah, you have the Three of Pentacles, which is really you being rewarded and recognized by your colleagues, your peers, your social circle, and maybe even your family unit. But it could be, it's typically more around your like colleagues, the workplace. But overall, it's a really nice card of dedication and kind of using the skills that you have to allow rewards to come in. So I love this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.